Hi guys, so I was literally a good almost 10 minutes into doing this reading and I was recording it on live and then the shit just crashed. So I had to start over and I really don't want to read this whole card over. So I'm just going to try my best to summarize the message of this card. So I'm using the Quantum Oracle deck to be the basis of this reading. And the Six of Energy card, Fragmented Energy, came out, which you can see it a whole lot better now. So that's good anyway. But anyway, you see how the pieces of the puzzle are hanging. She has a piece missing. She's a piece of this puzzle and vice versa. The puzzle is a piece of her. Everything is all connected. You're connected to everything around you. But if you're focusing on everything around you, you can't be focusing on yourself adequately. So there's something you're missing in your immediate environment or within yourself internally if you are focusing on everyone outside of you. So I think this is definitely speaking to people's control issues and hypervigilance and things like that. The message of this card says too many pieces. The other message here is that you may be looking at too many options when considering some future projects. You have lots of good ideas that take you into many different directions, but this indecision splits your energy, slows you down, and stops you completely. Make some specific choices and set a plan. Choose a path that calls to your heart. You can always change things up later, but now is the time to focus, not fragment your energy, your energetic power. So I know how this resonates with me personally. I have my hand in too many buckets, too many jars, too many pots. And how did this fly in here? And ultimately, in order to actually accomplish things and get things done, I need to focus my energy in more abundance into one thing instead of fragmenting it into a million different things. I can put it all into 2 or 3 things and actually get those things done. And then, like it says, you can switch it up later. So I think a lot of people, and then the what you call it card, the Kipper deck card that came out was the expectation, which can also signify waiting on something, a 3-month wait, 90-day period, or something like that. So some of you are waiting on something to happen, but something about your expectations could be a little bit unrealistic with the 3 of Wands here. So you are waiting on something, more waiting energy, but also what exactly are you waiting for? Are your expectations unrealistic because this card kind of came out sideways? Or you could be expecting things to happen too quickly, too swiftly, too quickly, too I don't know, like you could just be expecting things to happen one way because you want it to happen that way, when it's not, like the energy doesn't align that way actually. So the other card that came out, or the other 2 cards that came out, was the 4 of Fire and the Neptune card. So I do feel like this is artistic, speaking to someone's artistic abilities and artistry. Wands is a very spiritual element, that fire element, but it also deals with creation and creativity and inspiration. And Neptune is the planet that rules music and photography and film and things like that. So maybe this is telling you to settle down into your art and kind of forget about everything else. It's kind of like you need to escape into your artistry and really get settled down and be confident in it. The 4 of Wands represents like a skill, a job, a creative ability, a relationship. It's something that allows you to thrive in your creative nature, and it also allows you to be yourself. It makes you feel aligned, it makes you feel balanced. And then the Hangman, or the Hanged One, Neptune energy, is like getting lost in it and just like sacrificing all of your other so-called responsibilities. It may not even actually be your responsibilities. Maybe you've just taken on too many other energies and that's leaving you fragmented. So if you just focus all your energy into that one thing that you truly do love, then you will see more results come from that. Let's go ahead and further clarify this reading. With the 4 of Fire here, then I'm going to clarify that and the Hanged One. But I think ultimately Spirit is trying to tell you that it's time for you to kind of get lost in whatever is best for you, whatever makes you feel grounded, whatever makes you feel aligned, whether it's a relationship, if it's a new job, if it's art, if it's making music, if it's making films, photography, whatever your creative side is, whatever you do to create, whatever you innovate, whatever makes you feel settled and confident and bold and amazing, that's what you kind of need to get lost in and just sacrifice the need to be a part of everything else and just surrender to that one thing, if that makes sense, with that Hangman energy. All right, show me the 4 of fire. Okay, thank you. So we have the 4 of fire, the 9 of Pentacles, and the King of Cups came out. So this, to me, I feel like whatever it is, you'll be able to make a good living for yourself with the 9 of Wands here. Like, all of your needs and responsibilities can easily be met. But also, this is something that you have a lot of passion for. So just like this fragmented energy card said, figure out what it is that means the most to you. If it's a relationship, go for it. If you have love for someone and this person makes you feel extremely secure, makes you feel like you're able to achieve anything and like you have everything, like all of your needs are met with this 9 of Wands Virgo energy. But also this 9 of Wands is like the single ladies energy, but it can be a single individual. It doesn't have to be female, male, it doesn't matter. But anyway, this is something that makes you feel extremely secure. Clarifying this 4 of Wands, that alignment, that security that is represented by that card. So the 9 of Wands just makes you feel confident, and it's something that provides you with a sense of security and makes you feel established and solid all on your own, like without the help of other people. It's something that you are really good at, and something that you're intuitively drawn to. You're deeply connected with this. It's a part of your soul's being. With the King of Cups being here, is you have a lot of love and passion for this thing, whatever it is. Even though passion is wands, whatever, passion, compassion, emotion, love, you have a lot of love for this thing, or it brings out the highest vibration of love and compassion in you, whatever this artistry is. So whatever that is for you, maybe that's what you need to surrender to. Let's pull some more cards for the Hanged One. Thank you. So we have the 5 of Wands. I feel like there is an internal battle that you need to surrender to. There could be lots of bickering or fighting or arguments around you, and maybe you just don't need to involve yourself in it at all. Maybe that's what Spirit's trying to say. Just dismiss it, escape from that, move on from that, disappear from it, let it go. One more for the Hanged One. Thank you. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like there's a need for you to silence anything that is bickering, that is causing conflict, that is not supporting you figuring it out, and just figure it out. The 3 of Wands is like, I don't know how to do something, so I'm gonna learn. It's like apprenticeship. It's building your skills. It's learning, communicating with others, taking classes maybe. I think I said apprenticeship. It can be looked at like some type of apprenticeship. So maybe if you, like, one thing I want to do is hire a vocal coach, work on my vocals, and then also maybe try to do some voiceover acting. So of course that would be part of this energy, like hiring a vocal coach, practicing, putting myself out there, performing, auditioning for gigs, things like that. So instead, like, the way to silence this war within yourself and this conflict that you have within yourself is to take small steps towards learning and developing what you need to do what it is that you want to do, and then slowly you become more secure and you can surrender to the process because you no longer have that fear holding you back. Let's get some crystal cards. I'm so greatly appreciative that this reading was kind of like straight to the point. Let's get some crystal cards, or before we do that, let's get some angel answers cards. Any additional messages from the Angel Answers Oracle deck for the collective based on this spread? All right, success. I feel like you are going to be successful. Like I said, I feel like you're going to be able to financially support yourself. You'll probably have more abundance and more beauty and luxury, because this can represent luxury, like having nice things, being surrounded by an abundance of nice things, and being able to accomplish that and achieve that on your own, like solo dolo, all by yourself, and having it just the way you want it, because this is Virgo energy. So you can be very particular about what you want and how you want it, and you can have it just the way, like, how do you want it? You can have it just how you want it, however you like. Let's pull one more. Another card for the collective based on the spread for the first week of August. Wait. We have that energy of waiting, but I think you're waiting on things to happen, and I think there's just a need for you to have some patience and wait for things to be clear, so that you, instead of exhausting yourself in all these different directions, that you exert your energy in a more focused way so that it's not so fragmented. And instead of you, like, you could be in this place where you feel like you have to do something when Spirit just kind of just wants you to be still right now. And I'm feeling myself being advised. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because I've been having these days where I'm not motivated to do the things where I say that I want to do this and I should do this, but I feel like my spirit is being called to do other things. I'm not motivated to do them for a reason. I'm not motivated to do them because I'm not supposed to be doing them. I'm supposed to be waiting and rejuvenating and doing other things. So, wait, I'm going to read from the book about this card, because I know there's something in here for us. Wait, your situation is going to require a little patience. Your angels are not saying no, but they are saying not yet. Sometimes heaven needs a little extra time to make all the pieces fall perfectly into place. Again, too many pieces. And again, if you're giving your guides, or you're giving the energy too much to work with, like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do this, I want to go here, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, all at the same time. They're like, okay, well, shit, it's gonna take me some time to make this work out, you know what I'm saying, to fix it all. So maybe once you focus on the thing that you're most passionate about, that you have the most love for, and that brings out the best in you, that you could do in your sleep, that you're deeply in love and connected to, that makes you feel more of like yourself, then you can put your energy into that, and then kind of sacrifice all these other things that you feel conflicted with giving up, that may be pulling you in all these different directions, so that you can focus on building your skills in one area to get that material success. So I think wait is also saying, like, okay, you want to do all these things, but wait, let's get this one thing off the ground first, and then everything else you can incorporate so it can take off as well. It says what you are asking for may have an effect on the lives of others. When that occurs, it can take additional preparation to make sure that everyone's needs are seen too. Be patient so that all who are involved can have the experience they're meant to have. So if you are doing things that involve other people, just be mindful that Spirit has to coordinate your life with theirs. Let's get some love cards before we pull crystal cards. Any messages from the Love Oracle deck? Any messages from the Love Oracle deck that could help the listeners, the listeners, watchers, viewers during this week? Any messages? And then we'll pull crystal cards. We may have to clarify a couple of these love cards. Well, let's see. Any love cards for the collective? Thank you. Engagement ring. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. I feel like for a lot of you, you're becoming more engaged in yourself and your goals and your true passions with your higher self. I feel like there's a union taking place that's kind of marrying like your ego and your higher self, that is allowing you to step more into an authentic role. That full moon in Aquarius we had is kind of pushing that. And then the new moon in Leo is kind of also trying to shift you into making those changes that we will be making changes from now until the full moon in Aquarius come, Aquarius season. So for the next 6 months, we'll be dealing with this kind of energy. But some of you could also be settling down into a relationship. That could be what's happening with the Four of Wands. This can be one of those cards that represent like the alignment or the union of two people, like two souls coming together to become more aligned, settling down together, moving in together, or settling down into a new relationship. That could be happening for some of you. Maybe some of you is no longer a single lady and now you're being proposed to. That could be what's happening. Let's pull another card for the collective. All right. Not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues, jealousy. So yeah, there definitely could be some jealousy. We have the Five of Wands. So some relationship could be ending. Some relationship could be ending because of frustration, or there could be some like jealousy due to insecurity because someone has a lack of self-love, so that they, you know, your self-love, your ability to have a self-love, a higher standard of self-love triggers them. That could be what's happening here. Or maybe somebody's not being fulfilled in a relationship and you've been waiting on some improvement, and now Spirit is trying to ask you to just sacrifice it, or just wait to see what happens and not think about it. Like, do other things, focus on other things, focus on yourself and improving your life. And it's kind of like this situation will play out on its own and resolve itself. It's like either this person is gonna fall off or fall back, or they'll improve and they'll get on their shit and do what's needed to maintain the relationship. Not saying that it's all on the other person, but that can cause a real big wedge into things. Addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. So yeah, some of you could have a block with realizing your true potential, or realizing what it is that you're supposed to be achieving. Some people, you could be like, if this is a person that you're dealing with some jealousy with, they're wanting too much of your time, attention, they feel entitled to you. There could be battling some codependency or some obsession that you have to put up some restraints against. Like, maybe you have to enforce your boundaries because this person doesn't know any restraint. Maybe you're waiting on someone to come back around because they've put up boundaries and you've been the one that's been codependent or controlling or something like that. So maybe you're waiting to hear back from somebody. I doubt that. If you're seeking this reading, you're probably seeking some type of self-improvement. Rarely do people just look at readings to be nosy, but sometimes they do, so whatever. So not enough, relationship ending. Let's pull a couple cards. I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot for this one. And the Four of Wands at the bottom of this deck. So some of you could be settling down, or relationship could be part of the theme of this reading. Again, this could be the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with your goals, the relationship you have with confidence, the relationship you have with expressing yourself, or spirit, or your higher self, something like that. It could vary. It doesn't have to be like you have to think outside the box sometimes. All right. We're clarifying not enough, and then addiction. Not enough, please. The shadow side came out, the Devil card. So somebody could be triggered. Again, obsession came out. So that could be, somebody could be triggered by someone else being controlling. There could be some lust as well. So the Seven of Cups came out for not enough. So maybe there's too many options. Too many options, lots of emotions. Emotions could be all over the place. This could also be seduction. I do feel like this is too many options, and then the emotions are just kind of all over the place, and that can make it difficult to understand things. This is Scorpio energy. So maybe somebody's frustrated with having too many options, or the lack of confidence is becoming like, maybe there's not a lack of confidence in being able to make a decision. Maybe there's fear that you have to make a decision before you're ready to, or before you have enough information, because these options could be clouded in smoke and haze, and everything may not be clear right now, and that can be giving you a lot of anxiety. Show me addiction. So we have the Magician and the Page of Wands. The Magician reversed and the Page of Wands. So the Magician reversed could be like wasting resources, having all the tools in front of you and not knowing how to use them, being arrogant, failing to follow through. The Page of Wands is an energy of like being inspired and risky, but also I think this can be kind of dangerous. It feels like an immature person playing with a gun. It's kind of how it feels. It's like you could really do some damage if you're not careful. With the Magician being in the reverse, though, I feel like I want to look it up real quick. I feel like the Magician in the reverse is like abusing of one's power, kind of, or just straight up nonchalant, or not nonchalant, that's not the right word to use. Straight up arrogance and immaturity. It's kind of how it feels. The Magician reversed, wasting resources, not tapping into the potential, also maybe destructing or being destructive. Yes, destructive, or using the power for destructive purposes, being immature, being childish, being manipulative, being impulsive, motivated by greed or jealousy, maybe addiction or codependency or obsession or control. Maybe somebody's using their powers, they have all of their powers, but instead of using them maturely, they're using them like a child would to maybe force control or something like that. And it does feel like it's an inner child thing with the child here on the card. It does feel like an inner child, like a wounded inner child trying to manipulate or control a situation to work out in their favor, having a lot of potential but misusing it with the Magician in the reverse. So let's get some crystals. There could be success if somebody like can sacrifice their ego, can sacrifice their pride. All right, two crystals came out, orange calcite and turquoise. Orange calcite here. Orange calcite is the hot-blooded, artistic, love on the braid, wild child calcite of the family. Who needs it? Artists holding the proverbial paintbrush and staring at the proverbial blank canvas. Anyone whose sex life needs a little more life. Where to put it? The honeymoon suite, the studio. I do feel like this is for a lot of creators who are not creating or who are not tapping into their full potential, not utilizing all of their gifts and talents or resources. When to use it? When you want to make something beautiful. Orange calcite's energy is all about breaking through the fog and the fear that hang on to the path of creation. When you want to add some energy to your creative process or take on the Kama Sutra, one page at a time, get with orange calcite sun-kissed vibes, unlock your creativity. So I do feel like this is trying to help you unlock your creativity, but it's even harder to do that when you're not dedicating your energy, time, attention to your creativity. You're dedicating it to too many other things, and so that fragmented energy is stunting your ability to proceed and make actual progress. Sorry, this is all cricket. And turquoise. Brilliant blue-green turquoise has been rocked by humans longer than almost anything, like since 5000 BCE. From Lhasa to Marrakech to Tucson, turquoise is, was, and always will be both the go-to protector and fashion statement. Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL is who needs this. So I feel like that self-expression element, maybe if it's just artistic, maybe if it's not even direct self-expression, maybe if it's through music or artwork or something like that, whatever it is that's creative creatively connected to your voice, your ability to express who you are and your individuality has been a little silent or dormant, and this crystal is likely going to help bring that out of you, which this situation is trying to as well. There's different things happening trying to inspire that in you now. Where to put it: set in sterling silver rings, big old belt buckles, and bolo ties, on the podium, open mic night, and wherever else you need to speak up or out. When to use it: when you feel disconnected from things that make you human. When you've got something to express, get it out with turquoise. Speak your truth. I do feel like there is something that needs to be said. I feel like somebody's holding back. There's something that you need to get out of your chest, get off your chest, express. And maybe it's not verbally. Maybe you just need to express your art. You just need to create. You just need to, like if you're a dancer and you're not dancing, you could be really frustrated because your body wants you to get this energy out, and that's the best way for you to do that and express yourself. So maybe you're not verbally expressing yourself, but that movement is going to satisfy your soul. We also have howlite right on the top, which is like white turquoise is what they call it. So I'll read this one also. Who needs it? Overstimulated minimalist living in a maximalist world. I feel like this applies to many of us because there's too many pieces again. So this is going to help you simplify things and focus on what's exactly for you. Then you can come add things and switch it up later. Where to put it: wherever you need some breathing room. When to use it: when you need a break from the never-ending onslaught of DMs, meeting requests, and trending stories. Less is more, none is most. How light can help organize your headspace. So this is great for people if you've been dabbling into too many different things and you've got too many things going on right now, too many options, too many fragments, too many pieces. This is going to help you minimize your list and focus on what exactly is what exactly you should be focusing on, what is meant for you to focus on in the now, so that you can actually make progress without just kind of going around in circles and wasting energy, not actually accomplishing anything, and further remaining frustrated because your soul is unsatisfied. I really hope this reading helps. I feel like it was kind of straight to the point, so I really do hope that there was a message for you here. Be sure to check out your zodiac readings on Patreon. There's a bunch of other free readings that'll be posted very soon. I'll be doing weekly readings. Everything that you see will be available first on Patreon, so if you want to get early content, go ahead and subscribe there. Thank you so much for watching. If you want a personal reading, all that information is below. And until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.